contributions of time, talents, resources, or donations enhance the lives and education of district students. This year's recipient of the Friend of Education Award is Mike Frazier. The nomination essay included the following special message. Mike is a stand-up man and a pillar in our community. He is a dedicated wolf, and we are honored to be able to nominate him for this award. Mike Frazier has been a stellar volunteer in our school and our community for decades. Whether it is in sports or FFA, I've witnessed Mike display outstanding qualities that would be representative of a Friend of Education Award. His enthusiasm, dedication, and pride in Manawa is an inspiration to me. Mike finds ways to make obstacles into opportunities. When I began my career in education, we received professional development on the FISH philosophy. Choose your attitude, play, make someone's day, be there. I believe that Mike embodies all of these. Choose your attitude. Mike has one of the best growth mindset attitudes I've ever encountered. He always helps me to see the positive in kids, schools, and life. I've personally worked with him through girls basketball and FFA. In each sports season, he chooses to display a positive attitude while volunteering to help. In FFA, he helps my students to feel celebrated and appreciated. Mike has an evident love of his family, faith, and community. Play. Whether it's bidding at my FFA dessert auction or joking around with the football players or presenting at the Booster Club Hall of Fame or recording results at a track meet, Mike always has a twinkle in his eye. His playful nature and zest for life radiate from him. He's the kind of man that seeks the good in others and enjoys life. Make someone say, my day is always made when I see Mike. He loves our kids, encouraging them in their schoolwork as well as in athletics. Mike is proud to be a wolf, and he shares that joy with others. As a supporter of girls basketball, he comes to help out with drills and practices. He has a keen love of athletics and shares stories with girls that make them feel valued and noticed. Before away games, he arrives early and makes easy conversation with the girls. For FFA, he has helped students to develop our mission of premier growth, leadership development, and career success. Be there. That's probably Mike's greatest contribution. He's there in the moment. He looks you in the eye and makes students and staff feel genuinely cared for. Mike never makes you feel like he's too busy for you or that he'd rather be doing something else. Kids see that and respond well. Once, Mike wasn't able to be on time on a basketball game due to a flat tire. For the first 10 minutes of the game, I took stats for him. I admired him even more after that for all the times that he is there. He is able to take in complex information in a quick amount of time for multiple sports and excellent service to our coaches. In conclusion, he's a great guy. More than is expected and with unbridled enthusiasm. He's dedicated and to assist throughout our district. Mike Frazier is one of the most enthusiastic supporters of our school district. He can be found at almost every sporting event in our community, and he shows genuine care for our students both on and off the playing field. His joy and enthusiasm make him the type of person you want surrounding your academic and athletic programs. I will be stopping by Mike's house to present him with a Friend of Education plaque and take a physical distance photo with him. And somewhere here in my pile of a billion things, I think I have that to show you guys, but I can't find it right now. So Mike, if you are on and you'd like to say a few words.
Thank you. It was a whole total surprise. Really did not know this award existed. And as always, go Wolves. And thank you.
Thank you, Mike. I found it. It was small. It's a little plaque that's going to be added on at the school building.
Thank you again.
I would like to begin by celebrating the initial educators who chose the School District of Manawa to begin launching their teaching career. Last spring, Little Wolf High School welcomed Jen Berner Gunderson and Jake Kazarowski as long-term substitute teachers. Both became full-time teachers this school year and will be celebrated along with their mentor, Michelle Koshalik, during the 2021 recognition held at the end of the year. So congratulations to both of our initial educators, and thank you, Michelle, for mentoring them. Years of service. Pins will be presented in your mailboxes. The following people have hit major milestones in their years of service to the district. We will begin with veteran staff who have served the district for more than 20 years. You will each find your pin in your school mailbox. Denise Bushke, 20 years. And Jackie Cerno, 20 years. 15 years of service, we have Carrie Salsky and Jill Sika. 10 years of service, we have Tori Gast, Jim Quinn, I believe that reflects his bus service, Brenda Zeese, and Nate Zemer also at 10 years. 5 years, we have Danny Brower, Julie Pry, Marla Reichman, and Luann Yu. I will not try to pronounce her last name because I fail miserably every time. 1 year of service, we have Jackie Grignan, Haley Harvey, Casey Johnson, Julie Peterson, Donna Wheeler, Mary Wilson, and Marie Zerbel. Again, thank you for your years of service to the district and congratulations to each of you. Grant awards. The following grants were awarded this past school year. High School Choir Please Stay Suicide Awareness for $588. Suicide Prevention Sources of Strength Video Project Grant for High School 4 Club for $1,000. High School Student Council SOS Suicide Prevention Grant, $1,000. Target Field Trip Grant, $700 for the high school art department. Educator Effectiveness Grant. Fiscal Year 20 Teach Information Technology Infrastructure Grant. 2019-20 AODA Student Mini Grants. Manawa 4 Club Grant. Little Wolf Junior Senior High School Student Council Grant. Manawa Subaward Grant, Student Services Prevention and Wellness Grant. Manawa Little Wolf Junior Senior High School Choir Grant. Little Wolf High School and Manawa Middle School participation in the DOJ School Safety Research Grant with UW-Madison. The Teach Information Technology Infrastructure Grants for Educational Technology Program. Transition Readiness Grant. WCA Group Health Trust $1,000 Wellness Grant. $500 Rally to Fight Hunger Grant, and the FFA COVID-19 Chapter Assistance Program. Thank you to each of our grant recipients for taking the time and the energy to write grants to bring new opportunities and equipment to Manawa's youth. Personal milestones. The following staff members celebrated a personal milestone this year. Jen Brenner married Dominic Gunderson in June, and Brad Johnson is now engaged to Kendall. So congratulations on those personal milestones. Retirements. Jean Frazier. Mrs. Jean Frazier served the school district of Manawa for 42 years, beginning on August 15, 1978. The entire 42 years has been in providing for the efficient and effective functioning of the district office and to support the district administrator. The role has changed in numerous ways over these many years. Mrs. Frazier has been a constant at these Board of Education meetings and assisted board members in successfully serving all constituents of the district. And she truly has been an unbelievable helping out the board over the years. I don't know what I would have done over the years if it were not for Jean. Melanie shared the following thoughts about Jean. Jean has been the trusted and valued historian of the district. She is everyone's go-to person whenever a question arises. We all say, ask Jean, she will know. Her knowledge and expertise that includes everything from board operations to personnel matters is invaluable and will be sorely missed. Jean has also been my friend and confidant over the past 6 years that I've worked with the district. While I will miss her steadfast presence in the district office, I wish her many blessed years of retirement to do everything that makes her heart happy. So congratulations, Jean. Happy retirement. Is there anything that you'd like to say?
Just thank you very much. I wish this would have been in person, but got to do what you got to do. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'm enjoying retirement. So
that was my question.
Yeah. No complaints.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shelley Keller. Mrs. Shelley Keller first worked for CESA 6 as a special education paraprofessional serving School District of Manawa students beginning in 1989. Then on August 26, 1998, she was hired by the School District of Manawa directly and also became the district's substitute caller. Mrs. Keller moved to the office clerical, paraprofessional, and secondary attendance clerk in 2014 and continued serving as a sub-caller. Mrs. Keller has also worked alongside her husband, Kevin, in coordinating the district's summer school program for many years. In all, Mrs. Keller has a total of 31 years of experience with the school district of Manawa. Dan shared the following thoughts about his experiences with Shelley. I am so happy for Shelley to begin her new career as a full-time grandmother. Shelley has been a blessing to the Manawa School District for many years. Shelley had a firm but always kind touch in dealing with the many parents that would call the school for their child's absences. I encourage her to begin a memoir and recall the many conversations and experiences she has been a part of since first coming to work for the district. Best wishes as you begin your new chapter. We are indebted to you for your service, and I will greatly miss you. So congratulations, Shelley. Anything that you would like to say?
Just thank you. And agree with Jean that would be nice to be done in person, but that's not happening. So I guess this is how it's done nowadays. Just want to say thank you. And there are some things that I miss, some things that I don't, but I am truly enjoying my retirement.
Thank you very much. And we do have plaques. We have a plaque for Shelley, and we also have a plaque for Jean as well.
And there are some
Thank you.
messages coming into the chat boxes. I don't know if you can catch them all as they're popping up, but many well wishes.
Yes, I'm not sure if you guys are able to click, but yes, there's a ton of well wishes that are coming through to both of you in your retirement. Next up, we have Vern Shover. Vern began his bus driving career in 2009. He served as a bus driver for School District of Manawa Youth for 11 years. He also was often seen doing minor bus repairs in the days when the district owned its own buses. He was the person who came in early on bitterly cold mornings to start the buses and clean off the snow in preparation for the day's routes. Vern always said that the children kept him young. Vern's ever-present smile and positive outlook on life will surely be missed by his daily passengers as well as his school district family. So Vern, thank you very much for your service to the district and well wishes in your retirement. Is Vern on by chance? Would he like to say a few words?
Can someone remind how to unmute a phone?
Star
Star 6. Okay, because I do believe Vern is on.
Vern is on with a computer. Control D will unmute him.
I do see one telephone caller on there, and actually there's more than one by phone. Oh, Vern is on by computer. What was that command again, Mr. Wolfgram?
Control D.
I'm not seeing any unmuting, so I'm going to take it that maybe there is no comment. But again, thank you, Vern, for your many years of service with the district. I know that you were quite the beloved bus driver among the students. Aylin Pohl. Aylin served on the Board of Education for 8 years. She partnered with Melanie to begin the annual visits to each of the district townships, village, and city board meetings to share the good news of the district. Aylin was also instrumental in the informational public relations campaign for the district's recent referenda. Aylin could always be seen often in the halls of Manawa Elementary as she visited classrooms to read stories or help new families and students needing translation services. Aylin was a fantastic colleague to have on the board, and I miss her greatly all the time. Is Aylin on by chance today? Perhaps not. Congratulations to all of you on your retirements, and we wish you many happy years of enjoying those times. Our 2020 Heart of Gold Award. I will be visiting the classroom of the 2020 Heart of Gold recipient immediately following this virtual ceremony to present the plaque and pin and to take physically distanced photos. A person nominated for the Heart of Gold Award exemplifies qualities that seem to come naturally to Tammy Kemp, the staff member in whose honor the award was created. A Heart of Gold recipient is caring, patient, generous, considerate, compassionate, humble, and demonstrates a strong work ethic. Nomination essays are submitted to the recognition committee to go through a rigorous scrubbing process to provide anonymity. The essays are then sent to Mrs. Kemp's 3 children who make the selection of the award recipient. This year's Heart of Gold recipient is Sandy Cordes. I would like to read just a few excerpts from the nomination form. Explain how this person exhibits the characteristic caring. Sandy takes the time to connect with her students in all situations, not only 7:30 to 3. She also makes herself available to help other staff when they need it. Sandy is one of the most caring individuals I have ever met. She is the first to check in after something has gone wrong, whether we lost a dual meet, a parent was sick, or she heard about an altercation at school the previous day. She's also the first person to notice body language and expressions when I come to staff meetings. She really cares about everyone around her and will legitimately do anything she can to help you, even if it is outside her realm. The way she cares about students is second to none. I've had numerous times where she called me about a student when I was at MES, when she marched right down to my room with a student here at the high school. We have spent many late evenings talking about students that worry us and what we can do to help. Sandy is extremely caring. Explain how this person exhibits the characteristic strong work ethic. Sandy is often at work late into the evening hours. Again, she's available to others outside the regular school day. The teaching profession can make it tough to stay motivated at times. Sandy, motivated or not, will always guide us in what is right. Whether she's feeling drained or not, she is always looking for ways to do what is right by the kids. Her work ethic toward bettering students of Manawa is admirable to say the least. She works hard to meet her kids where they are, where their interests lie. She cares about things like football and wrestling because her students and peers care about it. It is important to them, if it's important to them, then it's important to her. Then she will work to become involved to create those relationships with those kids. Again, her love for students drives her strong work ethic. Explain how this person exhibits the characteristic patient. Sandy works with many students who need extra motivation in class and with class assignments. She remains kind and patient as she helps them become the very best version of themselves. Patience is a virtue, and Sandy definitely has it. I could go on and on explaining how she has shown patience over the years. To keep confidentiality, I will use initials and limit the amount of information provided. To start, we will look at this year alone. Her ongoing and continued patience with the student was unbelievable. When many students got frustrated with him and kicked him out of class, she found ways to reach him, to modify requirements, to care for him, to cry with him. She showed patience daily with no reward in sight. Going a little old school here, I think of other students. She was always contacting me to try to figure out ways to help these kids, to motivate them, to pass them, to love them, to let them know she cared. Patience is hard to explain, but easy to show. She shows it over and over again for years upon years. Sandy is extremely patient. Explain how this person exhibits the characteristic generous. Sandy is always ready and willing to share her classroom supplies and resources. Always brings candy bowl to meetings. Generosity is tough in the field of education. Give someone an inch and the next time they want a mile. In terms of schooling, I have witnessed her generosity in terms of giving students an opportunity to succeed. She accommodates them in tough times to help them overcome their hurdles. She has given her time to hundreds, maybe even thousands of students trying to advance themselves with letters of recommendation, writing scholarships, etc. For me personally, I never had her in a single class, but she took the time to work with my mom and me in filling out scholarships. She did not need to do this, but instead, she generously gave her time because she cares and passionately helps others. She generously donates her time on numerous committees and offering to help in the sports programs when her plate is surely full. The love she gives to so many areas is simply amazing and inspirational. Sandy is generous. Explain how this person exhibits the characteristic considerate. Sandy gives so much through her words, so much thought to her words before she lets go of them. She thinks of how they will affect the receiver. The definition of considerate, according to Google, is careful not to cause inconvenience or hurt to others. I cannot think of someone who is more thoughtful when it comes to others' feelings, self-esteem, etc. All of the things I laid out about should make this obvious. She is considerate of others when sometimes they aren't considerate of her. She does not stoop below her level when she is disrespected. She has a high bar set for herself in this area, and it amazes me that she maintains her cool and follows her code to always be considerate. Explain how this person exhibits a characteristic, compassionate. Sandy takes the time to listen when staff and students come to her needing an ear or a shoulder. Sandy is compassionate. When I told you of how she cared, that was a direct reflection of how compassionate she was. I find in my life it is draining, both emotionally and physically, to care about everything and everyone in the exact same way. Sandy does this. She is so compassionate. She honestly cares about everyone and will put their social, emotional, and physical needs before hers all of the time. I find myself shaking my head when I think about how many times I have vented to her or consoled in her, only to find out a few days later she had this big traumatic thing happening in her life when she was there for me and gave me her full attention and helped me get through whatever I was dealing with. Sandy is compassionate. Explain how this person exhibits the characteristic humble. When her students do extraordinary things, Sandy recognizes them for their strengths, not for what she has imparted on them. Never in a million years would she admit to any of the things stated above because she is so humble. She is Team Wolf and wants the best for her students here. Whether she gets the credit or you get the credit, she does not care. She wants the kids to have the credit, the school to have the credit, the community to have the credit, because she is so humble. I know firsthand when dealing with kids in leadership, it's like pulling teeth at times. No matter what, she gives them all the credit. She is unmatched in terms of humbleness. She does not brag, she promotes. In my opinion, she is one of the most humble individuals in our district. Congratulations, Sandy, on this well-deserved recognition. Would you like to say a few words?
I would not like to say some words, but thank you. I really appreciate it, and this means a lot to me. Tammy Kemp truly is one of the best human beings that I've ever gotten to meet, and I only wish that everyone had the chance to work with someone like her. So thank you very much, and go Wolves, and homecoming. Today is Wednesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 more sleeps.
And this is the plaque that will go on our board and the Heart of Gold pin, which I will, of course, be dropping off here shortly for you. Thank you for making 2019 a wonderful school year and for taking this time to celebrate our collective successes. On behalf of the Board of Education and the administration, we wish to thank you for being an incredible staff and to acknowledge the blessing each of you are to the school district of Manawa community. I have a few words as well. I want to thank you for joining us today as we celebrate you. While I am saddened that we cannot meet in person, introverts, this is your year. Instead of finding that excuse as to why you can't be somewhere, we do have COVID. All jokes aside, this day is about you, to acknowledge and appreciate everything that the school staff does daily. This year, it is more poignant than ever, as we are well aware of the amount of stress that's being placed upon each of you, regardless of your position with the district. Everyone has been asked to do more, and of course, there are no gifts of additional hours to the day, nor have more days suddenly appeared in our week. Everyone is concerned with our kids. How are they doing? Are they okay? Are they being fed and cared for when they're not in school? Are they suffering from depression and anxiety? Sometimes everyone becomes so concerned with our students that, like any caregiver situation, they forget to look at those who care for so much for our students, you. I recently watched a docuseries on the Space Shuttle Challenger where they noted that President Reagan had declared the Year of the Teacher 1986 to 1987. Teacher Krista McCullough was revered by school children across the nation and parents everywhere. Teachers in general were reviewed by school children and parents nationwide. As a country, we've gone rather astray from our reverence for educators and education in general, but I am quite certain that to our students, you are still so very, very important in their lives every single day. When I think back to my experiences with public education from kindergarten through senior year, What stands out in my memories isn't homecoming or prom or a volleyball meet or a football game. It's the people that stand out in my memory. It's my high school math and English teachers who rallied the other teachers to waive my work when I was hospitalized for 2 weeks in my sophomore year. It's my band and choir director who enlisted the help of a neighboring district choir teacher to work with me because he wanted to see me go to state for a solo. It's the school staff and administration that worked to allow me to complete my senior year from home ahead of my classmates when I'd made a poor decision. They still went to bat for me. I am not unique in my experience. Last year when attending the WASB convention, they talked about trauma-informed care and whether it was just another buzzword. I firmly believe that it isn't because frankly, school staff has been providing trauma-informed care since the beginning of public education. You've done it forever, long before you knew what it was called. You will continue to forever and likely even long after you've retired because it's what you've always felt was the right thing to do. I think about kids that I grew up with that I believe are here with us yet today because they received support from school personnel. Paul, who was ridiculed for his sexual orientation, sexually abused by his father, and ostracized by other students, found solace working in the lunchroom and working as a janitor after school. The lunch ladies and janitor became his saving grace and support system when everyone else failed him. Kelly, who received unwavering support from the para that was assigned to her to deal with her learning and behavior disabilities, who was suffering from abuse at home. That para kept her going every single day. For Dwayne, it was the Phi Ed teacher that protected him from the boys that were hell-bent on beating him up every day because he was gay. She formed a plan to keep him safe and enlisted a group of popular girls to surround him and take care of him. I have no doubt that had any of them not received the support which they did, that they may not be the successful adults that they are today. It is all because of people like you. Studies are indicating, I missed a line. Somewhere between 1986 and today, teaching has gone from being revered to being incredibly undervalued. Mostly because, in my opinion, we become a society of blamers, and it's far easier to blame teachers for your children's shortcomings rather than taking the blame for yourself when you fail as a parent. That's sad, and I know that you feel it every single day, but I have hope. Studies are indicating that for Gen Zers, their role models are parents, teachers, coaches, and peers, well, and Harry Potter too, but we can't win them all. Teachers are viewed as being there for guidance and mentorship more than for lesson plans. So in all this rambling, what am I getting at? Right now, I think that you're only hearing a message that what's most important to us is the kids. The kids are important, but what's also most important is each of you. It is so important to me that you're okay, or as okay as you can be considering the circumstances in which we find ourselves. As a board, we ask a lot of you every single day, and we don't take the opportunity to express our gratitude. What I have heard from my fellow members over and over again is how great of a job you do. We are grateful for everything that you do, and we are so very proud of our staff. I am so grateful for everything that has been done and everything that you continue to do every single day. Thinking back to the beginning of this pandemic, how quickly we went virtual, how hard everyone worked, how everyone worked together will forever amaze me, and it makes me so very proud. The leadership that was shown and continues to be shown by our teachers, support staff, and administrators is amazing. As a community, we are truly blessed to have such dedication and talent in our little town. If there are things that you feel will be helpful to make your lives less stressful, please talk to your principals or supervisors. Whether it's little changes that they can handle or things that may need to be brought to the board, please tell them. Please support each other as best as you can. Please access the EAP if it's helpful to you. I know that you are so incredibly important to our kids. You are some of the most important people in their lives. It is so important to us that you are okay so that you can continue to be there to make life better for our kids. We know that we have rough times ahead dealing with this pandemic, and we cannot thank you enough for everything that you do each day. When all of this is over and we've returned to whatever the new normal is, I'm quite sure that the kids will remember. What the kids will remember isn't that homecoming was different or that a football game was missed. They will remember what impact you had on their lives. That is what matters most in this, is people, our people. What matters most is each of you. So thank you very, very much. And thank you for your service to the district.
If you could stay on for just a moment, staff members, not our guests, there's something I'd like to share with you. I'm going to stop recording.